Hello, hello. Welcome to my presentation, everybody. So let's get this party started. Well, let's start by playing a game. Propaganda or not propaganda. So here we shall fight on the beaches, we shall never surrender. So what do you think? Propaganda or not propaganda? Well, it's propaganda. It's Churchill's famous speech during World War II. Now, what about this? I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. Propaganda or not propaganda? The answer is not propaganda. Those are Mandela's words. Now, if you got it wrong, don't feel bad about yourself because it's incredibly difficult to get it right every single time. I mean, what is propaganda in the first place? According to the NATO doctrine, propaganda is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Now, how do we detect propaganda? So if you actually try detecting propaganda, you discover that there are at least 85 propaganda techniques and listed on Wikipedia alone. And here we can see a snippet of those specific techniques. And this is from A to W. Let it sink in for a minute. Now, to be honest, ain't nobody got time for that. It's insane thinking of memorizing 85 techniques just to evaluate a single piece of text. That would be downright inefficient. But now we have a clear idea of what propaganda is. Propaganda is disinformation, and we know that because disinformation is the deliberate intent to mislead. Now, why should we care about this? According to World Economic Forum, misinformation and disinformation is the top risk over a 2-year period. And I care about it because I was a marketing consultant back then, working on political campaigns, and I was the co-founder of the largest copywriting community in the Philippines. So I really have to care about stuff like this. Now, it's especially timely, isn't it? Considering everything, the political weather and stuff. And that's the reason why I came up with PropSentinel, to protect yourself from propaganda the easy way. Now, here's my demo. Okay, so let's start easy with the Backstreet Boys lyrics. Let's check if it's propaganda or not. Of course, it's not propaganda. And now we're going to use an ad that states stem cell research have something on wrinkles, and it shows that it's propaganda since it's trying to get you worried about stuff that you shouldn't worry about using emotional appeal and exaggeration. And now we have one of Donald Trump's recent tweets just to check if it's propaganda. And based on this, it's propaganda because it's using loaded language and name calling. And to be fair, we're going to check another recent tweet by Kamala Harris, which shows that her tweet is also propaganda because she appealed to authority. She referenced generals and military and national security to get people over. Now, what did we learn? We learned that Backstreet Boys lyrics are not propaganda. Stem cell fear mongering is propaganda. Donald Trump's name calling, propaganda, and Kamala Harris' appeal to authority is also propaganda. Now, let's check PropSentinel under the hood. So PropSentinel starts with PyMu PDF as the data pipeline since PyMu PDF is a good document loader. And then I've used OpenAI's text embedding 3 large for my embedding model, and then Quadrant for my vector database since it's the best practice and it's open source and good for scaling. And then I used OpenAI again. I used the GPT-4o for my LLM, and then Chainlit for my UI, and then I hosted it on Hugging Face. And all of these are orchestrated by LangChain. Now, so I have this solution, but what about other alternatives? So I found this alternative on Reddit where it attempts to show us a flowchart on how to recognize propaganda. Now, the attempt is good, but if you really read it through, you realize that it's oversimplified and limited. And we could see this by seeing the top comments on the post. So we have Zebra Smack here saying, I can't follow this guide at all and I do this stuff for a living. We have Alexa Win saying, this is a horribly made guide. And Meister Mark said, this is just bad. We have another solution with Snopes, a fact-checking organization that's doing a good job at trying to check for misinformation and disinformation. But the problem is reading each article would be exhausting and time-consuming. This positions PropSentinel as the easiest to use out there and provides the fastest results out there, making it the most convenient propaganda checking tool so far. Now, what's next for PropSentinel? So here are my plans, my roadmap for future improvements for PropSentinel, which is using adversarial training for security, maybe creating a browser extension for a better use case, false positive and false negative handling, and stabilizing the labeling of the propaganda techniques. And that is if I have the money, the time, and the team to make this happen. So in conclusion, PropSentinel is an essential tool for voters, fact checkers, journalists, NGOs, educators, and researchers. And that's it. Thank you for watching.